All right, so in today's video, we're going to talk about what women need to understand about guys, and also some misunderstandings that women have that causes a gap in the relationships between men and women. Because the reason why we have a misunderstanding is because of the roles that we play. For example, there are a lot of things that you just will not understand if you are a child, as opposed to if you are a parent. There's a lot of things you will not understand if you are an employee, as opposed to if you are an employer. Like for example, it's kind of like when you become when you become a teacher, you see why you need to give homework. When you become a parent, you see why you need to punish. So different roles allows you to see the different perspectives of those people. So it's not that there are differences, even though they are, but it's more about the roles that we play. The women are the receiver, men are the aggressors. I mean, the ones that go for it. So in that, in of itself, it develops a certain mentality that has a certain viewpoint and certain reactions based on those viewpoints. So the problem is that because of lack of self-awareness, because we're so consumed with our roles, because it's based on our gender, and gender is the first role we take when we're children, all right, we have a misunderstanding. We can't see through those veils. So I'm gonna show you guys some of the misunderstandings that you women have that causes a ripple in the relationships you guys have with men. All right, so let's get started. The first thing you guys gotta realize is that there's two types of guys. No, there are two people inside a guy. One is his head. The other one is his dick, the dickhead, right? Those two people are completely different people. Why? I call them, I'm not going there. But this is the thing. It's because when you want to have sex with a girl, right? Let me lower the voice, all right? Let me me and you guys, all right? When you want to have sex with a girl, sometimes the desire to have sex with her consumes you, and it kind of like your brain fools you into telling you, hey, bro, you actually like her. You know, like you think you really like the girl, but in reality, you just want to have sex. And so because of your desire to have sex with her, your brain will make anything that she says cool. You know, it's kind of like, you know, with guys, some guys that you just like them because you like them, everything he says is funny. You know, a lot of guys are not that funny. You just like them, and so as a result, anything they say is funny. Because I'm not that funny, trust me, I know. So that's one thing, is that guys would think they like you, but in reality, they just want to have sex with you. And it's something that even they become victim of their own dicks, because after they're done with you, not done with you, but you know what I'm talking about. After you guys are done having sex, he'll look at himself and he's like, oh fuck, like suddenly it's kind of like you like her and then suddenly you don't, you know, and it's kind of like food. You know, when you're really hungry, you want food, right? Anything looks tasty. But as soon as you eat, suddenly you don't want to have food anymore. You don't want to see food anymore. Maybe a dessert. But as soon as you're done, food is not as attractive. That's the same thing that happens with women. That's the first thing. So when a guy does that to you and you notice that he has sex with you and you get mad at that because he loses interest, you got to realize that also most guys we're victims to our dicks, man. Like, we just can't help it. Like, I wish it was different. I wish the girl was as awesome as I perceive her when I want her. But that's not the case. Like, your perception is being enhanced because the body needs to procreate, and he needs to fool you to do that shit, asshole. Like, that shit leaves you in very awkward situations. So the second thing is, guys will appreciate the women that friend zone them a lot more than the women that they actively know like them. I'm telling you, I believe that guys will have suffered a lot more from being friend zoned than anything else. If you friend zone a guy and you make him think like he overcame the friend zone, which if you are a woman and you try that shit on me, I swear to God, I'm gonna lose interest. I'm not at that point where I'm down for these games. So if you're watching this and you're taking notes, don't even try it. Please don't. But seriously though. So that's one thing, is that you got to friend zone them. Like saying, let's be friends, but you put them in situations that friends usually are not in. Like, for example, it's kind of like, let's just be friends, but you want to come over and hang out? You want to know what's going to happen? The guy's going to say, yeah, let's go over and hang out. And he's like, yeah, maybe when I come over, maybe I can make a move on her. Now, suddenly, he's not saying, yeah, we're going out on a date. Now we're friends, but there's a chance, there's an opening. You see what I'm saying? So in his mind, you're gonna make him think like he overcame your resistance, when in reality there was no resistance. It was just a smoke screen to make an investment in you. You know what I'm saying? That's the third one. When a guy and then you do that too, but you girls do that too, right? As soon as we feel like we have the girl, we lose interest, and that's something that you have to know. That, keep that in mind. Don't resent those facts. Keep that in mind and play the game accordingly. Know the facts and play the game accordingly. Sometimes we neglect to relieve the facts because we say, I believe that the world is different. I cannot believe that the world is just superficial. But it is. So you got to play to the crowd, play to the rules, all right? The fourth one, don't tell us about who you've been with. Don't tell guys who you've been with. Fuck honesty, all right? In this case, you don't want to be honest about everything, all right? You don't want to keep that real. That's when keeping it real goes wrong. This is called selective honesty. Most guys are too insecure to find out how many men you have sex with. So it's a lot better to lie. I'm telling you, ignorance is bliss, especially to the insecure people. You cannot be honest about that. Guys are too insecure to let that shit slide, man. Like, you gotta make them think like you never done anything. You know what I'm saying? And this goes with this next point, is that if you're a freak, you gotta hide that shit. You gotta let him find out on his own, or even better, you gotta let him see little hints of freakiness. You don't want to be so overtly obvious about the inner freak you have, right? You want to be overt. For example, if you give the best head, right, and if you give the best head, right, you don't want to be obvious about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to insinuate that you like that. You want to talk about it in a very indirect way. But you don't want to make it obvious, but you want to give hints that you do that. If you want to know how to communicate that, watch my videos on how to tease and how to be sexual. You know what I'm talking about. But it has to be because if you're look, a guy wants a girl that a lot of friends be like, yo son, how is she in bed? And he'd be like, yo son, this bitch a freak, man. She's a freak, man. I did not expect this shit, man. Like, she told me she never did this before, and suddenly she was making my fucking toes curl. You know, like, you want to surprise them. You want to make it seem like you're expecting to drink coconut juice, and suddenly it's soda. Because it's soda, it shocks your system. You just didn't expect it, right? That's the same thing. Is that you want to act like it's gonna be. You want to keep the expectations low, sexually speaking, and surprise the living shit out of them with what you know what to do. See, those girls who look innocent and don't know anything about sex, and then fucking surprise you. I'm telling you, when I tell you this, man, those are the ones that it's just like, oh my goodness, girl, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But you can't look innocent and not know what the fuck you're doing, right? So like, the actions have to speak for yourself. But generally speaking, though, if you do love sex, if you have a high sex drive, you gotta hide the fact that you do that. You gotta make them. You have to, because if you hide the fact that you have a high sex drive, it's gonna come out in subtle ways. It's kind of like when you're lying to somebody. You're gonna subtly show who you are in subtle ways. People are gonna begin pointing the dots. That's the same thing with sexuality. You're gonna be subtly communicating that, and that's the best way to do it. I'm telling you, man. So guys don't want an overly sexual girl. Guys want a front of innocence, but a real motherfucking freak. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you this because that's what I like. I'll be honest with you guys. So yeah, man, this is it, man. This is AddictsForMindForAttraction.org.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces. One is 19, and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're going to be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one will teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace, and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship, and this a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. and how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you can read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so most likely I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you can pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. Oh, I'm closing the channel.